Here we have the rock cycle, and there are three different rocks involved in the cycle. There are sedimentary rocks, and then there are metamorphic rocks, and along with those, there are the third kind, the igneous rocks. For the first part of this video, we will be talking about sedimentary rocks. For the sediment pieces, we'll be using pieces of starburst instead. Each little piece of starburst will represent a sediment, whether it be gravel, sand, or clay. Now that we've unwrapped the pieces of our starburst, we can use them as our sediment. Sediment is deposited in a uniform way and stacked upon each other as time goes on. As time continues and pressure is added, these pieces of sediment will soon be lithified together into a sedimentary rock. For purposes of time, I basically just took it and mushed it in my hand to get the sedimentary rock to form, but it actually is formed by pressure over time. Now, as you can see with our finished product, we have a sedimentary rock, and our starburst, aka pieces of sediment, are still very visible. You can still see the different pieces as they are normally viewed. Next we have our metamorphic rocks, which are formed when a type of rock is pushed down and is heated and pressured together. We will simulate this by taking our sedimentary rock and putting it in foil just to keep it all uniform and together. And in order to simulate what a rock might go through to turn into a metamorphic rock, we're going to take our rock and place it on a cooking sheet to then be placed in the oven as heat. In order to simulate the pressure, we will use a large casserole dish, which is rather heavy, in order to simulate that. Now we will take our entire contraption here and place it into the oven to be heated and pressured. Some time has passed, and now we can take our metamorphic rock out of the oven. As we unwrap it, we can tell that part of it has been melted, and that we will address in a different part, but the solid piece that we still have that has not been melted is our new metamorphic rock. As you can tell, you can see that it is very different from how the sedimentary rock was, but you can also tell that it is the same sediment that we had started with. The pieces of starburst merely slightly changed their appearance, but are not melted completely. As you can see, there are still different and individual pieces of starburst that are left within the rock, and there are still different colors being shown like the ones here. We will move on to the igneous rock part of the cycle. Igneous rock is formed when rock is melted and expelled from a volcano. Obviously we can't have a volcano here in my kitchen, but what we're going to do is take our metamorphic rock and put it back into the oven to be completely melted down into our candy magma, which will represent magma of an actual rock. After taking our candy rock out of the oven, you can see that we made a nice lovely candy magma out of the starburst that we had originally started with. Notice that the color is uniform all the way through. Now we will let our magma cool to see what happens to our rock. After letting it cool, the magma has formed into a solid rock. Now we have a candy igneous rock. Notice that you can no longer tell the different pieces of sediment from each other. It is one uniform rock together, a one bright pink and really delicious igneous rock. I hope you enjoyed the candy rock cycle. Thank you for watching.